I want to share with you a fairly simple model, a fairly simple concept, a fairly simple set of principles or strategy from J. Abraham that can significantly grow your business, or, if you work with clients, that can help your clients grow their business. And in many ways, this is the foundation of most direct response businesses and arguably most businesses today. And yet, with so many of these things, there is one level of success that you can achieve just because this principle is true. And there is another level of success entirely that is possible to achieve when you intentionally apply the principle towards the outcome that you desire. And so this is one of those things that when you get intentional about it, when you use it as a lens through which to view your business, your marketing, your selling activities, it can be even more powerful than just having it on its own or having it be a fundamental reality of business. So this is 3 ways to grow your business, and don't let its simplicity fool you. It is incredibly powerful. 3 ways to grow your business from J. Abraham, and with a little bit of clickbait love here, number 3 is the most powerful. Okay, J. Abraham's 3 ways to grow your business: get more customers, earn more per transaction, and have more transactions over the life of the customer. Fairly simple, like I said, more customers, more per transaction, and more transactions over the life of the customer. Now, the really cool thing about this is that these 3 things don't exist independent from each other. They are different components of the business, and one feeds the next, feeds the next. And so if you were to grow just one of them by 25%, that is 25% growth in your business. But because they are compounding, because they feed into each other, if you grow 2 of them by 25%, that is not 50% growth, it is 56% growth. And if you grow 3 of them by 25%, that is not 75% growth, it's 95% growth. So if 25% more customers, 25% more per transaction, and 25% more transactions actually leads to 95% growth. And so it is worth spending some time thinking about how you can grow in each of these 3 different areas. So number 1, how to get more customers. One of the major ways to do this is just more traffic. If you're able to generate more traffic, so maybe you're able to scale your current media. If you're successful on Facebook, you can scale with a bunch more Facebook traffic, right? Or if you are successful in direct mail, you're able to scale more direct mail lists. Whatever the media that you're in, there are opportunities to scale there. You can also expand your media. So if you're using just Facebook, is there opportunities on YouTube? Are there opportunities on YouTube? Are there opportunities on Google? Are there opportunities in other traffic channels such as native ads or Reddit or LinkedIn or just name a different media channel? And those are all online media channels. What about offline media channels? If you're online, can you go offline? If you're offline, can you go online? Can you go to traditional media? What different media opportunities are available? Look at those as opportunities to bring more traffic in the door. Also, better economics, which the other 2 ways to grow your business really feed into, are significant advantages when it comes to generating more traffic. So if you are making more per customer, which the other 2 both contribute to, then your ability to scale into different traffic sources, your advantage over others who are also trying to pay for that same media, grows significantly. And so if you're able to spend $50 per customer and everybody else in your market is able to spend $40 per customer, $30 per customer to bring them in, or if you're able to spend $150 when everybody else is able to spend $50, then your economics allow you to show up at the top, and they allow you to show up in more places, and they allow you to show up. There are lots of advantages to having better economics. And then importantly, better conversion rates. That was just about how to get more people seeing your marketing message. Better conversion rates is better copywriting, better messaging, maybe better offers. There are lots of ways to increase conversion rates. But if you increase your conversion rates so that, instead of for every 100 people visiting your landing page, 3 convert, maybe you can get that to 4, 5, 6 or more. Having higher conversion rates leads to more customers in the door from the same ad spend. And again, this may seem very fundamental, but so many times, like I remember being at Titans of Direct Response where Jay Abraham was one of the speakers there, and just reflecting on the fact that if you were to go to a intro to internet marketing conference, everyone there would want the latest whiz-bang tactic and tool and technology and hack and whatever to grow your business. But with these Titans, with this room full of many of the world's best marketers, many of whom were responsible for over $1 billion in sales each, and a room full of peers and future peers in the audience, the entire focus was on these high-level concepts, because these high-level concepts, these things that seem so fundamental, are really the big needle movers in business. So ignore all the flavor of the day tactics and hacks, and instead focus on these big needle movers. Okay, number 2, how to make more per transaction. There is this concept in internet marketing, especially funnel-based internet marketing, of cart value. And actually, this goes all the way back to, let's say, McDonald's, right? You go to McDonald's, you order a burger, there's other options on the menu, maybe you order a drink, but everything was offered a la carte. It was offered individually. Versus, would you like fries with that? Well, that is a way to increase the cart value. And so somebody says, I'd like a burger. Oh, would you like fries with that? Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. I'd like fries with that. Well, suddenly they're also ordering this additional item, which is a little bit more revenue, but actually a lot more profit, because there's a lot more profit in the fries. Oh, would you also like a drink? And then we change it to, would you like a value meal, which is the sandwich plus the fries plus the drink. And there's more profit in that, right? And that's about increasing the cart value. Well, that same thing happens all the time with opportunities to buy more in addition to the core offer that's being sold. And those opportunities can happen at the point of sale, but they can also happen after the sale. If you're using online funnels, you know that there are, or if you've ever been through an online funnel, you know that there are upsells, right? And being intentional and strategic about your upsell strategy, recognizing, okay, it's not necessarily about just that initial transaction. Maybe there is a transaction beyond the transaction that is an opportunity to make more in this current session, right? And that's cart value. So you could have an initial transaction where the dollar value of the core offer is $5, or let's just say like $27, right? The dollar value of the core offer is $27, but the cart value of the customers going through that is $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, because the average person takes enough additional items so that, or a certain number of people take enough additional items so that the average person's value going through and making that first purchase is much higher than the value of the initial purchase. Also, you can do lots of things with price strategy, just finding ways to create higher price items within your catalog. That's a way to make more per transaction. Packaging. I work for a business, one of my very first marketing, actually my first marketing job. I work for this business where the initial product strategy of the business was to sell individual trainings, and these were certification trainings. And then they started packaging the trainings into certification packs. So if there was a multiple exam certification where you had to pass like 4 exams to get the certification, well, they just started selling it with 4 exams combined into one package. And that significantly increased the value per transaction and value per customer. And then we ended up bundling up the entire catalog as a subscription, and that also increased the value per transaction and the value per customer, right? And so that's packaging. Margins, finding ways to increase your margins also through reduced costs, through different opportunities there just to play around with price and profit, right? So it's not necessarily just about the revenue. It can be about the profit as well. And then number 3, how to generate more transactions per customer. One of the key things here is to recognize that, you're not getting a customer to make a sale. You are making a sale to get a customer. And it's an important distinction there. So if you're getting a customer to make a sale, you just think in terms of that first sale and how can we maximize the value of the first sale. But if we think instead in terms of we're trying to start a relationship with these people that's going to go on for months, years into the future, and we're going to keep giving them value and they're going to keep giving us revenue, right? Then you're going to approach every sale differently. You're going to approach every sale from the perspective of making sure that that person is going to be ecstatic with their purchase and want to come back for more. And then you're going to approach every conversation with that person into the future based on building that relationship that makes them predisposed to want to do business with you again. And so ongoing relationship marketing, doing things like consistently emailing your list is a great example of this. Now, in the context of a relationship, often as a relationship deepens, people are willing to spend more. And sometimes that can happen very fast, like inside a funnel in a single session. But sometimes that also takes place over time. And so building your business around sequential or ascending offers, meaning once they've bought, item 1, which is $10, maybe they're interested in buying item 2, which is $100. After that, maybe they're interested in buying item 3, which is 1,000, and item 4, which is 5 or 10,000, right? And I'm just using round numbers here, and every business is different. But the point being that, for every person that goes into Starbucks and buys a cup of coffee, or for every 100 or 1,000 people, and this is, with a hat tip to Perry Marshall for this one, for every maybe 1,000 people that go through, maybe one person is interested in that espresso machine that's sitting in the corner of the restaurant near where you line up to get your coffee. And one person looks over at that and says, you know what? I would like a $2,000 espresso machine in my business, or in my house, or in my business, actually. It's probably even more likely somebody that has a business that wants to put an espresso machine in their office, right? But that person suddenly generates a lot more revenue and more dollar value for Starbucks. And every business has opportunities like that if you find them and or create them. Continuity, any kind of membership program or ongoing subscription, etc. Those are great ways to generate more transactions per customer because you have permission to continue billing that person until they decide to stop, right? Remarketing, being intentional about bringing people back into the fold is a way to generate more transactions per customer. So if somebody has done business with you and then they see you over and over and over and over and over again around the internet for 540 days or so, then there is a high likelihood that they are going to be pulled back into the fray, that they're going to be re-engaged with your marketing message and they are going to do more business with you. And in general, an idea here, and maybe this is related to the relationship marketing, but to do customer-centered marketing, where instead of thinking, okay, how can I sell this product that I want to sell? We think, who are these customers? How do they want their lives to be better? How can we work to improve their lives in alignment with their personal goals? And what do we need to do to achieve that? And so the initial transaction may be unrelated to the high dollar value transaction, right? If you think Starbucks, you would think, oh, maybe it doesn't make sense for Starbucks to sell someone an espresso machine because then they don't have to come back to Starbucks for coffee. Well, maybe, But maybe that person's going to get coffee away from Starbucks quite often, as well as getting coffee from Starbucks. And if you're thinking, how can I help that person get all the coffee that they want? And by the way, Starbucks also sells beans and stuff, which can be another profit center. How can I help this coffee drinker get the coffee that they want? Then having something like a espresso machine can be a very effective offer in generating more transactions per customer. And if you want to make the strategy even more powerful, well, increase geometric growth. I showed you that 25, 25, 25 idea, but you don't have to stop at 3 ways to grow your business. When you get granular about different aspects of the process. So for example, there are a lot of different touch points on the way to someone becoming a customer that you can actually increase the performance on. And when you optimize each of those touch points, then you are creating more opportunities for that geometric growth. And in fact, I've identified at least 11 opportunities that I included in my most valuable customer training that went through how to apply this in a very significant way. And so my call to action for you at the end of this episode is ask yourself how you can use this. If you have, if you haven't stepped back and looked at your business or your client business from this perspective of not just how can we make this marketing campaign successful, but what can we do across the board to generate maximum success for the business. If you haven't stepped back to do that yet, do that and look for opportunities to optimize and improve. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get more content like this delivered to you. I will include links in the description to the most valuable customer strategy, as well as to my Fractional CMO service for direct response marketers. I do actually work with clients to do this type of work. I offer a complimentary intro call where we can see if it might make sense to go any deeper to continue the conversation, if it might make sense to have me come into your business and either do like a half-day consultation where I just find these opportunities and you can go execute on them, or to do something on an ongoing basis with you. I'm Roy Furr, this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, and I'll catch you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.